Yo, my people, my name's Jay, and I'm going to be telling you exactly what happens in the new Captain America Brave New World film releasing February 14th, 2025. I have a close contact who's seen the film. He told me what happens in the movie. I am 90% sure that this is accurate. I've compared the information to the newest trailer, and it all matches. The trailer basically confirms this plot leak. So trust me when I say that though the film is not out yet, which means that Marvel can delete scenes, add new scenes. There might be some differences, but the movie, more or less, is going to be exactly like what I'm about to tell you. So if you don't want spoilers, click away. But if you don't mind spoilers, then stay, bearing in mind there will still be some surprises. You know, my guy who saw the movie, he saw like the newest draft, if you will. And whilst the movie is, more or less finished, is coming out soon, again, there'll be surprises. I'm not sure on what the final post-credit scene will be because they haven't filmed it yet or added it yet. So there's still surprises, but I do know what happens in the actual movie. So what happens? The film starts, again, spoiler alert, the film starts with our new Captain America, Sam Wilson, on a mission against the Serpent Society, which is essentially a, evil military group, terrorist group. Let's just call them terrorists. And their boss is Gus from Breaking Bad, Edgar from The Boys, Giancarlo Esposito is playing a character called Sidewinder from the comics, who is the leader of the Serpent Society. Again, they're like a terrorist group. He has no superpowers. He just is a bad guy with guns, and he's like an evil Nick Fury. Sam is on a mission to retrieve a package from the Serpent Society because they stole it, and it's adamantium, which is a very important resource and metal in the Marvel Universe. More on that in a second. Captain America is successful in stopping the Serpent Society and retrieving the package. However, Sidewinder is able to escape. They might film more scenes with Sidewinder because he's only in the intro to the movie right now. We'll see if they add more scenes of him at a later point. They probably will due to demand. After that, Sam goes to the leader who is in the movie. He is basically the main villain. Okay, so after that mission where Sam is successful in retrieving the adamantium package, Sidewinder escapes. He might come back, whatever. Sam then goes to DC or whatever. He goes to meet the president, the new president, Ross, obviously, from previous Captain America films. He's the president now, Harrison Ford. He goes there with the new Falcon, because, Falcon's Captain America, which means that he needs a new Falcon for himself, which is the guy from the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, Torres. So when I say Torres, if you don't know already, that is referring to the new Falcon, who is the sidekick to the new Captain America. You feel me? So from now on, I might call Torres Falcon because Torres is Falcon and Sam Wilson is not Falcon anymore. He is Captain America. So no one's talking about Chris Evans. So there's no confusion. Captain America and Falcon go to meet with the president. The president's like, you see it in the trailer. He's like, oh, Sam, you're the new Captain America. Let's make a new Avengers team. Let's be friends. Captain America's like, you're the president. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye, referencing like Civil War and that. But they're like, oh, no, we can make it work. We can make it work. Anyway, Bradley is from the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. So if you haven't seen it, he's a super soldier. He's basically the original Captain America. He's an old man. And yeah, he was Captain America way back in World War II, whatever. He is there because he's finally getting like ratings now because he's been hidden. No one even knew about him because it was all secret government stuff. But now the president is kind of giving him his flowers because he was a hero, but he was done dirty by the government. He's the original Captain America and no one knows about him. I'm sure the film will explain it in more detail, but it's already explained in the Falcon and Winter Soldier show from a few years ago. Who is the main villain of this movie? It is the leader. All the way from the Incredible Hulk movie from 2008, he is a scientist who turns people into Hulks. He does it in the Incredible Hulk movie from 2008. He turns the Abomination into the Abomination. He's a scientist that turns people into Hulks. That's his whole thing. And at the end of that movie, he accidentally turns his brain into a Hulk. So he becomes green and his brain becomes huge and his head becomes huge. But he isn't strong like every other Hulk. He's not hench. He's not buff. It's just he has a big brain. So instead of becoming really strong, he becomes even smarter than he already was. But he still turns people into Hulks. He also is the main villain of this movie, which is cool. And he has the ability to brainwash and mind control people, specifically using flashing lights from like phones and lights. You can see it in the trailer if you pay enough attention. So the leader, for some reason, uses his mind control to control Bradley, who again is a super soldier, to try and kill the president. Again, Captain America, Falcon, Bradley, they've gone to have a nice meeting with the president who's trying to like, um, you know, make friends with all the other countries. And all of a sudden, Bradley's been brainwashed, just like in the trailer. So he tries to kill the president. The president survives and Bradley's arrested. Now, an important thing to note is that in this movie, every country in the world wants adamantium. Adamantium is the new hot thing. It's metal, very much like vibranium, very special. And there's a huge chunk of it that's been discovered in the Indian Ocean. If you've seen the Eternals movie, you know why. You do need to, like, if I had to give a list of things that you should watch before Captain America 4, you don't need to watch this stuff, but you kind of do. The Incredible Hulk movie from 2008, which I love, but it's not that important, but it will explain who the main villain is and a few other things. The president is in that first movie and his daughter is. More on that in a second. You should also watch the Eternals movie. That is kind of important. It's kind of hard to explain right here, but the reason that there's this new adamantium is because of what happens in the Eternals film. There is literally a celestial giant alien god in the ocean that's been discovered, and it's made out of adamantium, and that's why everyone wants it. They call it like an island because it's so big and it's just made of this metal. Hard to explain, but essentially you're going to see like a giant man's fingers in the ocean, and it's made out of metal because again it's some alien god. It's a celestial. It's hard to explain. You do kind of need to watch Eternals because it explains it. And what other movies should you watch? Obviously all the Captain America films. You should watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I think off the top of my head, those are the main ones you should watch. And then obviously the Avengers films is kind of mandatory as well. So anyway, what happens next? The president, is in danger. Captain America tells him, like, your inner circle's been compromised. Someone's trying to kill you. We don't know yet why or who. The president has to go underground to a bunker for protection. Sam goes to train with Bradley. He speaks to Bradley like, oh, you've been mind controlled, because Bradley's in prison now because, it's not just him. A bunch of people tried to kill the president, but they're all just gone prison because no one knows what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. What happens next? There are like 5 snipers who tried to take out the president. Sorry, I'm just checking my notes. Sam looks at the footage. Him and Falcon are able to realize that it is flashing lights that's doing the mind control. We also find out throughout the movie that the president was dying of some kind of illness. So he actually went to the leader, who again is a scientist, to try and heal him and save his life. This is why and when the leader turned the president into a secret Red Hulk. The president knows that he's a Hulk, I think, but he controls it because if he gets too angry, then he'll obviously Hulk out, which he doesn't want. The procedure does save his life and stop him from dying, but now he's at risk of becoming a Hulk. So in order to keep his blood pressure down, in order to stay calm, he eats lollipops. Well, I'm curious to see if they keep this in the movie. I think it could be cool. But yeah, you're going to see. So remember, I told you here first that in the movie, the president is going to be eating lollipops to try and stay calm. So remember, I told you that. So after that, the that one, I forget her name, but that one special agent woman takes Bradley into containment after he gets mind controlled again. All the characters go to find the leader because they kind of put 2 and 2 together that he's the bad guy. They go with, I think her name is Serbia, that one special agent woman. And then once they find the leader, they kind of get told that they should go to Stark Industries, where they meet Amadeus Cho, who's a scientist who, spoiler alert, also becomes a Hulk. He mentions Pepper Potts, but we don't see her in the movie. Ross is the president is in that bunker talking to Japan, trying to make a peace treaty, but Japan's like, nah, 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 you're trying to steal our adamantium from Tiamat, the celestial god. So Japan don't mess with America because Japan thinks America's stealing their metal, and America's like, no, 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 it's not that deep. Anyway, Japan goes to war with the United States, and you can see it in the trailer. They could have made it China, but they want this movie to do well in China, so they chose Japan. Anyway, Japan versus the United States. Not quite World War III, but war. A huge, huge fight scene happens with American battleships fighting against Japanese battleships in the Indian Ocean, where the metal island is, where the celestial Tiamat is, Tiamat Island. And in this fight, Falcon is knocked out of the air and he falls into the ocean. He ends up needing to go hospital. Again, I didn't see the movie myself, and my buddy who watched it is a bit shaky on the details. He didn't like the film very much. He wasn't paying as much attention. He doesn't think it made that much sense. I think it sounds cool, but he wasn't even able to tell me if the US wins this battle. Let's assume they do, because they have Captain America on their side. Anyway, it's a great fight scene, and then after that, we actually get a cameo from Bucky, the Winter Soldier. He goes to visit Torres and Sam in hospital because Falcon and Captain America in hospital because Falcon's injured. He does a speech about, I don't know what, but he says that it was written. He makes a joke about it, and he talks about how he's a busy man these days and he's like a congressman and he can't be seen doing all this madness. So he leaves for a fundraiser. So quick cameo. The president admits to Sam that the leader, Stern, that's his name, Stern, the leader, the villain, has been manipulating everything, and it has something to do with the Serpent Society stealing the adamantium, such as at the beginning of the film. Again, my friend wasn't really sure why the leader was doing the things that he was doing. So that is going to be a surprise for all of us. What is the leader's actual motivation? What is his beef? But the big plot twist is that the leader purposefully turned the president into a Red Hulk. He purposefully manipulated this war with Japan. He's been manipulating everything. He's been trying to get the president to turn into a Hulk and go crazy. He's been manipulating everything, but we'll all find out in the end what the actual reason is why he did all this. Anyway, the president does his speech. I guess this is after the battle with Japan. The leader uses his mind control to turn the president into the Red Hulk, just like we see in the trailer. The leader tells Sam that he can't beat the Red Hulk because he's only a normal guy. And then Sam says, and quote me here, "I love proving people wrong." So then Captain America fights the Red Hulk at the White House. They destroy the building. And in the end, Captain America is able to calm down the Red Hulk, and he stabs him in the side with one of his wings, which at this point is going to be made of adamantium. He obviously gets an upgraded, better suit. That's how he's able to defeat the Red Hulk, through just calming him down, the sun's real low, Black Widow style, and then stabbing him in the side because the Red Hulk is not as strong as the Green Hulk. So it works. President turns back into a human. Ross says he's sorry. As in, the president, Red Hulk, says he's sorry, turns himself in, goes to prison, goes to the raft. The leader's captured. He goes to the raft. Captain America tells the president, "Thank you for taking accountability and turning yourself in." The president says, "Hey, at least I'm safe." And then the president's daughter, Betty Ross from the Incredible Hulk movie, comes to visit him. So kind of a happy ending for him. And it's ironic as well because in Civil War, when Ross wasn't president but was just a general, he put Sam in prison in the raft. Role reversal. Now Sam has put Ross in prison as the president. The movie ends with Sam joking about wanting to go to Miami or something with the leader, and then the leader is in the raft. He mentions that Amadeus Cho is also someone that he's turned into a Hulk, and the main kind of credits thing that I know that the movie ends with is that the leader implies a bigger threat is coming, aka presumably Doctor Doom, or the Incursions, or Secret Wars, Doomsday, or maybe Kang. I don't know, but I don't think it's that clear yet. Again, the actual ending, post-end credits, we don't know yet. Marvel's probably still deciding. But that, my friends, is a super brief kind of Cliff Note version of what happens in Captain America 4. Essentially, the leader from the Incredible Hulk film is the bad guy. He's a Hulk scientist who turns people into Hulks. He manipulates Japan. He manipulates the president into becoming a Red Hulk. He manipulates and mind controls people into trying to kill the president. But Captain America and New Falcon are able to stop him. And that's the movie. I think it sounds cool. They should definitely add more Giancarlo Esposito Signwinder. I hope that the Red Hulk fight is incredible. I wish we got more Red Hulk. Sounds like we're only going to get the one fight scene, which is a shame. I hope there's more Hulk characters, but I doubt it. I think the movie sounds cool. I think the trailers look cool. I think it can be fun. So yeah, that's what happens. I'm 90% sure that that's what happens in the movie. So if you enjoy it, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that this sounds cool? Do you think that that sounds crap? What do you think they should have done? What do you think they should do? Do you like it? Do you not like it? And we'll see February 14th. If I'm right, come back to this video and let me know. I trust my friend. I'll give a percentage of each plot leak and how accurate I think it is. I'm 90% sure that this plot leak is true because the trailers confirm it. The only thing is that Marvel might change some stuff. They've reshot this movie 4 times, which is not a good sign. It means that they were struggling to get a good story. And I'll admit, it's a shame that after 4 rewrites, this is the best they could come up with, but it does still sound cool. Makes me curious to know what the movie used to be about. I'm guessing it didn't originally have a Red Hulk, which is crazy. But shout out you lot. Thank you for watching. Sorry if I was kind of vague, but unfortunately the movie seems to currently be a bit vague. So don't blame me. I don't think the movie's that clear yet. I haven't seen it myself. I'm sure they're still working on it. I think one of the main complaints from test screenings, was that it didn't make much sense. So if you are leaving this video like, what is the story? That's why. But long story short, the leader's running everything, which we know from the trailers. The trailers, if you really watch it and pay attention, kind of tell you everything. I think the biggest spoiler I can give you is that the US goes to war with Japan. Falcon gets injured, and it's not really a spoiler heavy movie, to be honest. I don't know what the post-end credit scene will be yet. My next video will be the newest plot leak for the Thunderbolts. Shout out you lot. Please subscribe or not, I don't care. Thank you. Peace out.